Welcome back to Two Balls in the Mic. We are here with a special edition of our interview portion of what we do. That's right, we do interview people from time to time, and a very special individual. We've known him for 3 years, since the initiation of his being in soccer in San Diego. He looked a little bit different back then. He looks a little bit different now. But we want to go ahead and first congratulate the great, the powerful, número 50 for San Diego Loyal, Xavi Gnaulati. Xavi, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
I mean, look, to be completely honest, this would have happened much earlier, but, reaching out to minors and this and that. Like, no, you're a professional soccer player now, man. Like, congratulations, the pen to paper. Like, is it everything that you thought it would be? Obviously, getting your first professional contract here for San Diego Loyal, your local team?
Honestly, no, because this club wasn't around when I was growing up. But as soon as it started, like I wanted to. That was the goal I set for myself. I wanted to be a professional here, and yeah, it's finally happened. I'm so grateful, and I'm blessed to be able to sign with my hometown club.
So you signed a pro contract with friends from like high school, anything you finished high school. Like, are those conversations different now? Are they like, bro, you're a pro soccer player? Do they act differently now towards you?
Or are you the one stunting on them? Like, no, like, hey,
He's just
Hey,
like,
what's
are you
up?
flexing on them?
Nah, definitely not. We're with the homies. Like, nah, they don't treat me any different. They
Uh,
still give me shit and all that stuff.
I mean, they have to. They're the homies. They're the ones that have to keep you, humbled, right? Like, and I imagine like it must be crazy, right? Like, and maybe you can talk a little bit more how personally, like, what kind of a soccer fan you are, because I know you were talking here with the great, powerful Darren and Jordan about just kind of your upbringing and how your dad, coming up in playing overseas in Europe, like that's that. But you are a fan first. Is that fine, or are you like a Mesut Ozil that's just like, I just happen to be good at soccer, clock in, clock out, bye bye. Like, what's that experience for you in the relationship with the sport like?
Yeah, I've definitely been a fan of soccer since uh early, like since I started probably watching when I was around like 6 years old, but I started playing whenever I could walk, from what I remember. And yeah, I never played any other sports like baseball, basketball, none of those. It was just my dad obviously wanted me to be a soccer player, so that was the sport that I was in, and I loved it from the beginning. And yeah, I've always been a fan, watching and playing. So I grew up supporting Juventus, and yeah, I still support them. I'm not a bandwagon.
I like that. Hey,
I
hey,
do
look,
it.
they went down to the second division. Del Piero did the honorable thing and went down with them and
Stayed
brought
with
them
them,
back
yeah,
up. So
yeah.
there's a lot of history there. It's fun. I mean, I'm a Chelsea supporter. I don't support everything Chelsea has done in the past, but like
It's part of the game.
on everything, like it's part of the game. Juventus. I mean, I have to kind of interject. I was going to put this a little later, but like obviously a player massive for Juventus, Chiellini, and then you get to play with him against him in LAFC. Evan Conway knees him in the nuts or something early in the match, but like, just that has to be like mind-boggling. Like, I can't imagine being in your position and just like
Playing with
being in
them
that
idols, yeah.
moment. Like, what's that like, dude?
Yeah, it honestly happened so fast. Like getting to play them in preseason, and I got the opportunity to get on the field. And yeah, I mean, he's an idol. He's not my position, anything like that. We don't play anything alike, but um, yeah, he's a huge idol and someone I look up to. And getting to be on the same field as him, and then I wanted his jersey after, but Poke was too quick and got it. But
Koke got it.
Wow.
Oh, he threw the European. Hey, man, we're okay. Okay, he owes
yeah,
you
and
one.
yeah, and then just getting a picture with them after, and yeah, it was great, unbelievable experience.
For sure. I wonder now with the pro contract, are you allowed to even go play pickup with the homies and all that at all?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. What's that like?
what are there more restrictions now that you signed the pro contract?
Yeah, there's restrictions, but if I'm going to kick around with with my friends and stuff, they know not to do anything stupid or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, no,
So
100%.
you are allowed to go play with friends and all that, like on your time off.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
see, now
Sick.
that's the thing. Like the homies, I know, Xavi. Like you're saying, the homies. You know, you see them at lunch. You know, you have them for PE. You're just scorching them
Ya se
left and
graduó. You
right. Like
graduated already,
I know
right?
you're out of it, but like now you're growing into it. But you have work homies. It's kind of interesting, right? Like you have a job where you interact with adult men in their peak performance, and they're professionals, and sometimes they feed their family with this, and like you're coming in with this, and you have do you have work buddies, work friends? Like what's that like? Teammates, yeah, it's
Yeah.
what's fine, but like who is a ride or die? Who's a homie at San Diego Loyal for you?
it's a good question. You know, it's hard. It's honestly really hard to pick one. I mean, at the beginning, when I first signed, no, when I was on the academy contract, yeah, it was kind of hard to, you know, mingle with all the guys because there was such a big age difference. But as I've gone older and more mature, I'm close with a lot of the guys. But I would have to say Elijah Martin. Elijah Martin is the one.
Man.
He,
Yeah.
he's the real G right there.
So funny you mentioned that, Elijah. So yesterday I was walking around the stadium. Obviously, Elijah coming back soon. Sources, but I bumped into Elijah, or I didn't. Sources, I don't know. But you know, we were talking back and forth about the game, just like everything, just how he is. But the one thing that he led with and was like legitimately proud of, and just you can tell, like it's a point of pride for him, Elijah, is that you got your first USL start. And again, congratulations for that. And I mean, you talk about E being, you know, that solid rock, man. Like he's been there since you've been there. You guys you team one. Like from the beginning. Like I don't care what anybody says. Like you guys have been here. Could you just like what's that? You say he's best friend, like best friend. Like how did that happen? Like is he a mentor? Is he a big brother? Is he legit just a homie?
Yeah, he's kind of a mixture of all of them, honestly. You know, he's a close friend of mine now, but he's also like a mentor to me. Um, you know, we talk to each other on and off the field all the time. He gives me advice, and then yeah, sometimes we're just, you know, we'll play video games together or something like that. So he's kind of like a mentor and a friend to me.
Well, what games are you guys playing?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
important question here.
that's the question.
It's honestly a mixture. We always switch it up. Obviously, FIFA,
Okay.
and GTA are the three I would say.
You know what?
Who wins in FIFA?
Oh, good question.
Now, obviously me.
Ooh.
Obviously you.
Okay.
And you run with Juventus, I assume?
Nah, definitely not.
Wow.
Ooh, okay. All
I
right.
run with Man U when I play.
I mean,
FIFA.
you know, I'm a Chelsea supporter. I can't, you know, play with anybody else. I mean, I can, but who's your team? Like, okay, you're in a tournament and you need to win. Who is your team?
Real Madrid.
You know what? Some people say that's cheating. No, I'm kidding.
I would 100% I would agree, but if someone else is gonna use an overpowered team, I'm using one as well.
So Elijah uses an overpowered team. Who does Elijah use? Barca.
Seems like a
PSG.
city.
PS-
Oh, PSG.
Interesting.
PSG, okay.
All right. We might need to run a San Diego Loyal FIFA tournament. Xbox or PS4, 5? Just making sure.
PS4 for me.
That's right.
Loyal. We need to get this done. I might or might not have walked into the office for San Diego Loyal the other day, and somebody may or may not have a PlayStation 5 underneath their desk. So if it's just there,
You're telling me Landon couldn't give you a PS5 as a signing bonus?
we need to talk your
Yeah,
negotiation
conversation.
skills here.
And then
Like
we gotta
that's
sit down and talk about this.
no man, that's great. But I mean, yeah, I mean, you talk about E, right? Like you know, I don't know if you remember this back in the day. Like,
Oh yeah, that guy.
well, I mean, that's not E, obviously. That's
No,
CJ,
that
as
guy.
you can
No,
tell.
I'm talking about Xavi. Look at that. Look at that hair.
Yeah.
I know. Crazy.
Um,
Crazy.
but even then, like you know, E comes in between the two of you. Like again, like that's a relationship that I knew the answer to that question, but I just wanted people to literally like see like this is a cool little friendship that happens there. And the other guy there, right, CJ, like he's doing his own thing. Do you guys still keep in contact with him? You guys obviously came up relatively close in the Loyal Select as well. So Is he somebody you go to talk to? Like, what's that relationship like?
Yeah, with CJ, obviously we joined at the same time, so we got really close quick. Yeah, and we still chat. We're obviously pretty far from each other, but we still chat. I'm not sure if the other guys do. I think a couple of them do, but yeah, we're good friends as well.
So Xavi, I want to get down more towards like your style of play, right? You're obviously more of a center mid. What got you into that position? What do you love about it? What's something that just attracted you to that position?
His name, like, I don't think he had a choice. Did like,
Yeah, maybe was it the name, right?
Yeah, I am named after him.
Mm-hmm.
The great Xavi Hernandez. But I honestly don't remember why at first I wanted to play midfield, but as I started going through the age groups, I wanted to be on the ball all the time. So I thought center mid is just the perfect spot for that. I get to attack and defend. Um, just keep the flow going with the team. And I kind of just like connecting from the defenders to the attackers and connecting it and making it one.
And growing up, I mean, I know a lot of times coaches just try players in different positions. Was there a position that they tried you out and you're like, oh man, I don't want to play here, but I guess I'll play?
Yeah, when you guys are obviously familiar with State Cup.
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So in the year that we won, I think it was U9 or U8.
Hmm.
Um, I was playing right mid and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But we still ended up winning and the team was great. So I guess
And
that's what matters.
this was back with Surf, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, no, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? Sometimes you just got to you bite one down and do what you have to do for get the championship. But
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about growing up, obviously North County, Oceanside. We're South Bay products, half TJ, half Chula Vista, half National City. So like, North County soccer is foreign to us. Up until
That is
bro,
true.
I
That
am
is true.
old. I had no idea that there was a sports complex, a soccer heaven
Like a
in
1,000 fields out there.
in Oceanside. I was so jealous. But like, what is the soccer scene like up there? Like, is it more pay to play? Is it more clubs? Is there ever like I don't know, in your neighborhood, like you'd walk down and knock on the door and be like, "Hey, can Juanito come out? Like, let's go play." And the cart wheels are going to be the goal. Like, what was your soccer life and surroundings like? Up in Oceanside.
Yeah, that the Oceanside complex wasn't always there. So
See, I didn't
I
know that.
think
Yeah.
it would I want to say like maybe like 8 years ago it was built
Okay.
because it wasn't always there. But yeah, I mean, there is a lot of like teams. You got Surf and Del Mar, then you've got like Sharks and Del Mar, Express, all those teams going up, Oceanside Breakers. So there's like a lot of teams in one area, and it's kind of just a mixture of both. I know, speaking like from Surf, we're just trying to get like the best players around. And at one point, almost my whole team was coming down from down south, in Chula Vista, and
Okay.
they would all carpool together. So my whole team was from down there, and then we had a couple guys from up here.
And then just, I mean, with all those tournaments, obviously there's like Dallas Cup. There's different tournaments up in San Diego. Like growing up, what was your favorite tournament? If there are any kids that are listening to this and you're like, hey, like try to go to this tournament, try to fundraise money. A lot of time is expensive for a lot of kids to go play, but what's
Mhm.
that experience like for you?
Yeah, I mean, Surf Cup was always a huge one. We would get teams from out of state and all that, and it was just the best, most competitive tournament in San Diego that I know of. And then obviously like out of state ones, Dallas Cup was great. Teams from Liga MX and MLS teams and all that. So it was, but in San Diego, I would have to say Surf Cup is a great way if you're looking to play in a good competitive tournament.
And then we're talking about your game a little bit, center mid. What's something now that you feel like you've improved from when you first started in the academy at 15 to now with your pro con? What's something that you feel like you've improved a lot on as a center mid?
Yeah, I've definitely improved in everything at least a little bit. And stuff drastically I've improved in is just protecting the ball, all that type of stuff, and learning that at a professional level is huge. And knowing when to go and play forward and when to just circulate and keep the ball. I would say those two things are the main things I've improved on.
And I mean, are you discovering things like every day? Like I can't tell you. Like I played well a long time ago, and now
We'll see.
I'm older, and I'm realizing like, huh, why didn't I just do that? Like, are you unlocking things, here on a daily basis that just change the way you see things, or is it just a gradual thing that you're chipping away at?
I think I'm learning new things every day. I mean, even from the players, they're
Mhm.
telling me like just little input, especially in the midfielders. I mean, we have so many great midfielders on the team. Getting to learn from them, they're just telling me like a bunch of little things that all add up, and all that stuff. Yeah, like I said, it adds up and it helps incredibly.
Obviously, the team signed Joe Corona, another center midfield, also from San Diego. Has he influenced your game at all since he joined? Have you had conversations with him, or what is that like?
Or who has influenced you,
Yeah.
right? Like you got a good pick there. I mean,
Mhm.
Guido,
Colin,
Martin,
Charlie.
Chaz. Yeah, I mean, pick a pick.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking on Joe's, since the beginning, we connected pretty early. Um, yeah, he's so great on the ball, but also his defensive part of the game is he's so tenacious and he goes and defends and gets the ball, wins the ball back, and also attacks. So that part of his is what I'm trying to input in my game, and he does give me a lot of input and just all the midfielders. I mean, Chaz, Colin, Guido, all of them. Um, yeah, they just like I said, they just tell me a lot of stuff. Maybe next time this, or if I do something well, they're perfect, Xavi. That's brilliant. All that stuff. So yeah.
Is there any? I know, obviously, there's film to study. What does that look like for you? I mean, usually, people at your age right now, you can't unglue from a screen. I'm sure that you have your algorithms and this and this and that. Is your algorithm just soccer highlights? And if it is, like, who are you watching here on the world stage? Do you watch people in the USL? Like, are you somebody who takes that into consideration, or just takes that on your own time as well?
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to watch all the best midfielders in the world. Trying to take if I can take something little from, for instance, Kevin De Bruyne. If I could take something little from Gundogan. If I can take something little from all those players, I think it will help me improve a lot. But yeah, I still think that I need to do more film on the players and dive, dig really deep and watch film of them.
And as you're developing, right, like you're still growing, like you're still growing. We mentioned CJ, like his growth before he went to Austin. Like, I don't know what calcium tablets he was taking.
Danoninos, bro. Like,
Obviously there's this, the sport is allows for any and every different type of player to play. Um, as you're growing, are you focusing a little bit more on bulking up? Is that something that you're not really interested? Because if you're bigger, you might be slower, that sort of thing. Are you chill with where you at, or um, is that something that on the sports science of things, like, is coming at you, because that's part of it nowadays?
Yeah, it's for sure is. It's a big part of the game now, and it's kind of, some people say, yeah, you don't want to get too much weight on you because you might be slower, but there's also the other side where if you gain more weight, then you could be strong on the ball, you can protect the ball better. So it's finding a balance of both of them. And I've worked a lot with our sports performance guy and just in the gym and trying to get quicker as well. A lot of agility work and quick off the first steps. And yeah, I've tried to go in the gym a lot, almost every day. And yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot bigger since I've been a late bloomer.
Yeah, like that's what
all right.
actually what I personally noticed when I saw you at preseason. I'm like, who is that
Oh, I
dude?
remember that.
Like, I legitimately,
Like you
like,
told me, it's like,
who's
dude,
that dude who's
Xavi?
wearing Chavi's number?
Boom.
And it's this sir of a person. Like,
Hmm.
you're not a kid no more, bro. Like, is that has to be just weird, just being here in this stage of things. Like, I don't know who this kid is.
Hell of a
It's
game
a
you
señor.
played that game too.
That
Hell of
was
a
a
game.
fantastic game that you played, and your participation in the Open Cup, which we'll get to now, man. Like, your growth on and off the field, like that, I really think was your coming out party of look, this is the work that Xavi's been doing. This is the work that Loyal Select has been putting. Coach, ¿cómo se llama el pelon, Mr. Clean, pelonazo, Matt Hall.
Matt.
Yeah,
That's your coach, dude. You should know that.
my coach. Oh, my coach.
Yeah, that's
I
your
mean,
coach.
yeah, my goalkeeper coach. You were teammates. We're soon to be Xavi. But yeah, I mean, you start getting important minutes here in the Open Cup. That's what it's designed for. But not only are you playing in the Open Cup, like you're commanding stuff exactly like you're saying, right? Like you're playing how you would want to express yourself. You're picking up fouls, important fouls that lead up to goals. And have you been ready, or is there a point where you yourself felt like, okay, I'm ready to take this challenge on, or did you feel like maybe I'm not ready? Coach Nate throws you out there, and it's like, oh, I guess I was, or for as far as this year goes.
Yeah, this year, a lot of work in the off season and at the beginning of preseason. I just after the first couple games, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to shine and show what I've got. And yeah, the coaches have been trusting me in the Open Cup games and now a USL game. So yeah, it's great that they show so much trust in me, and it only helps my confidence.
No, for sure. And then I mean, we can't wrap up the interview. We're kind of winding down close on time, but you played Borussia Dortmund. You played against Royce. You played against Matt Hummels. You played against a bunch of legends. What I mean, obviously you talked about it with Darren, but tell us that experience. Just wow, right? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, it was incredible. Watching them from the sideline the first half, you can just tell like they've got real good quality. They're super physical. And then playing against them, just I didn't even take it in like a day after, 2 days after. Just playing with them in FIFA like a year ago or whatever, and watching
Yeah.
TV play Bayern Munich, and then all of a sudden I'm playing against them on the same field against some great players, some World Cup champions as well.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're fantastic players, fantastic people. Yeah, just you can even learn, like, for instance, when I'm dribbling and I get past one, boom, foul right away. And that
Yeah.
was something that Landon talked to me about. Like, you can implement that in your game. You know, if somebody's about to get by you, boom, foul.
Yeah.
And not that area, like around the halfway or before that, then you're fine.
Trust me,
Yeah,
I
smart,
know.
man.
I know. I've seen Landon do that plenty of times against Mexico.
Oh yeah.
And him and I have an interesting. Him and us, we have an interesting relationship with him. Like, that's the guy. Like, that was the guy here for that's Captain America, and then now you're getting coached by him. Like,
I know.
like essentially, like, I don't want to wash it down, but like, he was your PE teacher. Landon Donovan was your PE teacher when you started this out. Like, that's insane.
Put that in his resume.
What did other
PE teacher.
than very smart tactical fouls? Is there something else that you have picked up from the great one?
Yeah, of course. A lot of stuff, tactically, technically, especially attacking stuff. Obviously, yeah. He's told me so many things that I would not have thought of. Like I said, attacking. You know, where to put the ball, how to shoot it properly, all that stuff. Final pass. He's helped incredibly.
I mean, yeah, talking about like same thing. We played against FIFA 17, cover boy Marco Royce. Landon Donovan has a crazy Ultimate Team card last year. Like, you clearly play FIFA. Like, do you think like that's something that's enhanced your professional career, is playing FIFA in any sort of way?
I think it has in one way, and that would be knowing players.
Okay.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, just maybe I didn't know this guy, and I'm like, this guy's good in FIFA. Let me go watch him on TV, and I'm like, oh, he's good. He's
So you're
good.
scouting.
Like,
Okay.
oh,
Well, what we'll save that for the lightning round. But I mean, let's talk about your USL debut, right? Obviously, huge comeback win against Loudon. Like, what was that feeling for you? Just being able to be out there to where else a starter,
What did Coach
in
Miller
a league
tell you?
match. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the message like? Hey, you're in, or did you know like, oh, you're gonna start since training?
I knew a day before that I'll be starting, and it helped me prepare. But yeah, he showed full confidence in me. He told me before the game, like, you deserve this. Like, go show everyone what you got. And I mean, all the players too. They were just supporting me, especially after the game as well. And yeah, it was great to see like what the USL level and the actual league game is like. It's very fast paced. Um, yeah, and very physical. And I think it's something I can learn off and hopefully build off that game moving forward.
I mean, and I was just looking at this. Like the mascots are like 3 years younger than you, dude. Like again, it's an incredible accomplishment what you've done. And again, like I know you probably get complimented left and right, and have because of your talents and your skills and your hard work. Um, but what's something that's intangible that you think is going to push you through that next level? Obviously, the goal is going to be the goal. You're going to want to represent a national team. You want to represent a Champions League side. Why not Juventus? Um, but what do you think is going to take Xavi to that next level?
I think it will be continuing to stay dedicated and work really hard and be humble while doing it. Just continuing to work after every single day in the gym, on the field, watching film, all that stuff, and I think it'll help me get to that level.
Is it still fun? Like, has it always just been fun?
Yes, of course it has.
It's just starting.
Huh?
It's really just starting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still fun. I love it's I mean it's my job now. I love it. Not many people get to say that they love their job, but I'm one that gets to say that. I love my job.
That is true. That is true. A
Hell
lot of
yeah.
people don't like their jobs.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, it's really cool. It's really, I like seeing just dream come true, and the fact that we're seeing it here, and the fact that it's not like you're settling for low. Not you wanted this, you've worked for this, and just, personally seeing your development after these years, it's like no better player to really represent San Diego than somebody from here like that. So congratulations to you again. If you don't mind, we'll just kind of do a little lightning round here, and then we'll get you out of here because you got stuff to do. What does Xavi do? But right before, like, what does Xavi do? Like, what does
He's like,
a
E's waiting for me
Thursday?
at the game, dude.
We had E actually in an interview. This last interview he did, he was
Mhm.
literally about to cook food. He forgot. That's fine. It happens. He forgot.
Then thank you for charging your phone.
Thank you for charging your phone. Uh, but he forgot. Like, what's instead of cooking? Are you cooking? Do you like? How do you just wind down here on a Thursday?
No, I'm a terrible chef. I mean, I still have to finish up school because online school is a little different, but
Mhm.
yeah, just still finishing up school and then, you know, chill with my family and my dogs.
What kind of dogs?
I have a French bulldog, and the other one, we have no idea what she is.
Which one's better at soccer? Because I know you juke the hell out of them.
Ooh, they're they're both. We got a right back and a left back.
All right.
A good old Elijah and I'll put Jack Metcalf in there. Shout out Jack Metcalf.
Yeah, shout out.
That guy's amazing too. Like you have an agent and it's Jack Metcalf. Like hell yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
All right, let's just quick do a little bit of a lightning round here. We'll just limit it to loyal. I know that your partner forever, and this is when I really noticed that, oh, this kid's special, is when you and Miguel Ibarra dominated at soccer tennis. You guys were amazing to watch. But what would be your San Diego loyal all-time five-a-side?
Poke,
Mm-hmm.
Elijah,
Okay.
Solid.
Joe,
Ooh.
Okay.
Vass.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay. All right. And then obviously
Obviously,
you're
you're the
you're
last
you're
one.
you're the one manipulating everything. I was about to ask, like, throw in another midfielder. Who's scoring? Well, Xavi, obviously. Honorable mention.
I'm not throwing myself in there.
What?
Wow.
Okay, you're
Oh.
coaching on the side. All right.
I'm the coach. I'm the coach. The last one.
Sorry, you cut off. What was the last one?
Jack Metcalf.
Jack Metcalf.
Yeah, he gets mad if you don't.
Yeah, dude.
If you don't say his name, huh?
Yeah, no, he's
We
gonna
got
get a
you,
cut
we
out of
got
this.
you.
You're welcome, Jack. And I'll pay for an espresso here.
We usually like to ask, like, you get to bring back any cleats, your all-time favorite cleats. What are those cleats?
They never wear out.
I'm gonna go with the Mercurials.
Hell yeah.
Any particular like colors or anything like that?
I'm gonna go with all black Mercurials.
Ooh, that's old school.
I'm going all white.
Ooh, all
All
white.
white.
Let's see.
Yeah.
These are the soccer balls. Not what I'm looking for. They're still the soccer balls.
Because
And
you
you
have
know what?
ball on the
Oh,
thing.
I'm
but-
sorry. My bad. Just want to give context to. Oh, damn.
All right, well, you can find them in GOAT.
All right, and then last question, Xavi. If you had a golden ticket to go to any live event, sporting event, past, present, any World Cup, any Olympics, any concert, you get a ticket to any event and you're able to go. What event is that?
Pretty recent one, I would say, the World Cup final.
To watch Messi win his World Cup.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, hey, you might want to just hold on to that because you might have a better game when you face San Diego. When San Diego Loyal faces Inter Miami next year in the Open Cup. So, you know, that'll be interesting. Wouldn't that be something, Xavi?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Hell yeah.
Well, I hope that happens. That would be great.
That'd be amazing, man. Well, we're going to go ahead and just kind of come up here at the time that we have with you. Xavi, again, thank you for joining us. You have been fantastic. Check Xavi out. They play here on Saturday against Memphis. Check him out. Ask for him. Chant his name. Don't let Camden Riley be the only fan favorite. We got Xavi here. Thank you, Xavi. Stick around. We're going to go ahead and do just a little combo at the end, but thank you for that. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.